Welcome to Nerd House. I'm your host Matt Day, and today I'll be sharing my thoughts on Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares is a really unique and dark puzzle platformer / adventure game where you play as Six, this tiny little girl in a yellow raincoat with nothing but a Zippo lighter to guide her way as you make your way through this vessel known as the Mall and you're trying to escape. Throughout this journey, you find plenty of odd and unsettling environments, but you're also going to have to avoid the inhabitants of the mall, which are just as unsettling, mostly the janitor, the two chefs, the lady, and also all of the guests on this ship. All of these characters are in entirely different areas of the ship, and they also have their own motives. There's definitely a stealth element to this game as you're trying to avoid all of these people, but I wouldn't necessarily call this a stealth game. The world that they've created in Little Nightmares through the stage design, the sound, and even Six's really tiny stature, it really does draw you in and make you feel like you're this tiny little child trying to escape these monsters. Really, if you play this game in a dark setting with headphones on and you're fully locked in, it will make you extremely uncomfortable and on edge the entire time you're playing. That's what really pushes this entire stealth element to this game, because you are trying everything possible to not draw any attention to yourself. They do all of this so well. It's not full of jump scares and cliches like that. They really do create this atmosphere in the game through all the things I mentioned before, and it really does keep you on edge without any kind of cheap tactics thrown at you. The gameplay itself is really solid, but it's also really simple. It's very, very minimal. There's not a whole lot to it. You're basically navigating around, jumping, grabbing, and also using your lighter to guide the way. And that's really it. You're not fumbling around with all these different items in your inventory and tricks to escape in different scenarios. It's all really simple, a matter of running, jumping, and grabbing, and that's really just about it. And that's what I love about it, because you're so focused on staying in the shadows and not in the light, or you're making sure you're not bumping into anything to make any sound, and that's really all there is to it. It's really, really minimal, but it's effective. So all of this sounds great. You've got the awesome gameplay, the incredible atmosphere that they've created, but what about the story? What is the whole purpose of this game, and what's the story behind our character, Six? Who is Six? Why is she on this ship? Why is she trying to escape the ship? Who are all of these other people on the ship, and why do we need to avoid them? A lot of that is left untold. They really want you to use your imagination and fill in a lot of the blanks, at least for right now. There is no dialogue in the game. There is no exposition that's just telling you what's going on. You really just kind of have to fill in the blanks and look for clues as you're playing. But even when you get those clues, you're still kind of left to making up your own theories. And there are tons of theories for this game. If you look up online, you're going to find all kinds of different theories of everything from being really simple to the most complex thing that you can think of. But the theories are out there, and part of that is a little bit of the fun, I think. Before I bought the game, I didn't look up anything at all, and that's what I loved about it. I just saw the style of the game, and I thought, that looks amazing. I want to see what that world is all about. And I'm still not 100% sure what the world is all about, but I didn't want to look up anything beforehand because I just wanted to experience it myself, and now I'm left with all these questions and theories, and it's a lot of fun. So I didn't look up any information at all. I wanted to play through the whole game first, which that in itself didn't take too long. My runtime was probably around 6 hours total, but I really took my time. I had heard from people that this was a pretty short game, so I wanted to really take my time and slow down and look at every little detail and walk in every path that I could find. I would say you could probably finish this game in just a few hours, though, if you were really trying to go from start to finish as fast as possible. But still, it was a really enjoyable game despite it being pretty short. Now, the reason I bring up the time of the game as well as the theories and what's left to be answered is because they kind of tie in together, and of course, it's DLC. Now, everybody has their own opinion about DLC. I know it's not great to be able to buy a game and then immediately have to throw more money at it just to get more of the story. But that's the world we're living in today. That's the way games are being made. And I was all for doing this for Little Nightmares because I loved playing this game. So there is DLC available for the game, The Secrets of the Mall. And they're going to be releasing this chapter by chapter rather than one big chunk. So that way we can get piece by piece as it becomes available. So I've already played the first DLC and I loved it. It was very different. You don't play as Six. You play as a new character, the boy. And it's an entirely different story, but it's also taking place in the ship and at the same time as 6's story is taking place. And they kind of, connect the two a little bit in certain stages, and it's really, really cool the way they did that, and I absolutely loved it. So there is DLC available, and they're saying that this is going to help basically fill in some of the questions we may have after playing the original campaign. On top of this, they've also released a 4-issue comic series, which is already out, but I'm waiting until October whenever they release all 4 issues together in a hardcover. I cannot wait to read that. All in all, I recommend this game to anybody looking for something a little out of the ordinary. Just the art direction and the atmosphere created in this game makes it a no-brainer for me. Those two things kept me sucked in this entire time, and now I just want to take in as much as I possibly can. So for DLC, the comics, whatever it is that they make to add to this world, I honestly cannot wait to get more of it. Little Nightmares is available for Xbox One, PS4, and PC as well. And also, if you do plan on picking up the game, they do offer a 6th edition, which is what I picked up. This includes the soundtrack on an additional CD. It includes a sticker pack, a poster of the two chefs, which is disgusting looking, and also a mini figure of 6 herself, and I absolutely loved it because I'm a sucker for those kind of things, and the 6th edition, in my opinion, is well worth picking up. So what do you guys think of Little Nightmares? Do you have your own theories about the story? Have you played the DLC yet? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this game. So thank you for stopping by Nerd House, and I will see you guys next time.